Adam, welcome to VMworld. It's always great seeing you, and congratulations on your new role as the CEO of AWS. We are excited to have you here today to talk with us about some of the trends you're seeing and how customers can prepare for what's ahead. As you know, the VMware AWS partnership goes way back, and together we have helped transform how customers use the cloud to drive their digital transformation and are helping customers solve their most complex IT challenges. As you connect and speak with customers, how important has our partnership been to help them achieve their objectives?
Well, first, Raghu, let me just say it's great to see you. You and I get a chance to see each other regularly as part of our deep partnership, but it's fantastic to be at VMworld with you, albeit a slightly different format this year, but really excited for the conference. And I know it's going to be just a great experience for all the participants, and really delighted to be able to do this together. And I should say thank you for having me. But to answer your question, this continues to be a time of true transformation for so many of our customers across different industries, different countries, different use cases, public sector, private sector. The common theme that we're seeing all the time is transformation and reinvention. Customers are coming more than ever saying, not only I want to move a workload to the cloud, but I want to transform our culture. I want to change the way that we operate as a company, and we see these technologies really as a significantly enabling element of that. But it's honestly, at the end of the day, a means to an end. I think we've gotten past the place where the technology itself is the end, and now people can see the agility that comes from running in the cloud, and they can see the cost savings that emerge. So I think those are really important factors today. Now, of course, despite that rapid movement and the quick evolution that we're seeing to the cloud, we know that our customers live in a messy world, and they have, in many cases, many thousands of applications and many different environments. And part of that means that they've got some things running in the cloud, and then some things running in their own data centers, and then lots of other permutations in the middle. And of course, part of what we're trying to do together, VMware and AWS, is to help customers live in that messy world. And we think over time more and more of those workloads will live in the cloud, but that'll take time, and inevitably some of them probably will never move over. And so that's why it's so important, the special and deep relationship that we've structured, which goes back quite a few years, as you'd mentioned, to really create the VMware cloud on AWS. And it just brings such benefits in terms of being able to provision and run and manage infrastructure in the same way, with the same pane of glass, regardless of where you're running that infrastructure, all done in a managed way through VMware and AWS and partners. That really is the preferred way to run those vSphere workloads in the cloud. And so we're really excited about what we've achieved together. I'm also really excited now that VMware Cloud for AWS now includes Outposts. And so now you can have AWS running in your own data center on a managed, maintained, and patched basis for you, all with VMware as well. So it's just a great offering. I think it's kind of the next horizon and what we're delivering to customers together, and couldn't be more delighted to be doing it.
I couldn't agree more. It's an exciting announcement with Outposts, Adam, and with all of our joint success, it's no surprise AWS is VMware's preferred public cloud partner for all vSphere-based workloads. Now, shifting gears a little bit, one of the major factors that's driving our joint business, and especially cloud adoption over the last year and a half, has been the pandemic. Now, what are the trends you're seeing? What other factors do you see driving this cloud movement? You touched upon it a minute ago, but let's talk a little bit more about it and what's holding customers back as well.
Well, Raghu, there's no doubt that the pandemic, just being the massive disruption that it's been in so many different spheres of life to all of us, really. One of the effects that it's had is to actually significantly speed up the pace of digital transformation and the pace of customers moving to the cloud. So if a year and a half ago you did not think that you were a digital business, you quickly found out that you were, and how important it was to have all of your assets online and to to have the flexibility to really operate in the cloud, to operate digitally, and to have really just an enhanced use of data, throughout your business. I saw a study from McKinsey saying that last year in the spring that 5 years of digital transformation happened in 8 weeks. I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's an incredible statistic. And we certainly saw that in our business as more and more companies came to us, and we had big banks standing up call centers for thousands of reps who all of a sudden had to work from home. They could do that in a couple of weeks. We saw companies providing things like teleconferencing services, which we all use, scaling up massively, again, in days or weeks, and being able to do that gracefully, just given the scale of the cloud. So I think that it's really an acceleration, probably by a couple or a few years, of the trends that we are already seeing together. And of course, part of that is an acceleration of more and more of those customers wanting to run their VMware environments, also on AWS. And so again, as you know, we've seen a lot of interest in VMware Cloud running on AWS. And we've seen it with a lot of great customers. You see it in the private sector with customers like S&P, Sterling National Bank, that are running these environments now, these VMware environments on AWS. We've seen it in the public sector where there's a big call for us to get FedRAMP, get that environment approved so it could be used by the federal government and some regulated industries. And now VMware Cloud on AWS, I'm happy to say, as you know, is approved and running at, not just running, but at the high level with FedRAMP. And so these are really important steps that we've taken together. I think if you take a step back, you really see the cost savings have been important, particularly in some industries that have been hard hit and seen some really slippage of demand over the past year. And then really fundamentally, even more important, is just the agility and the business to move fast, the ability to move fast, and the ability for customers to reinvent their own businesses. And at the end of the day, that's really what I think we bring to customers together.
Yeah, completely agree, Adam. And this is for customers of all sizes, large and small. So we really see VMC on AWS as the best hybrid cloud platform, of course, for our customers as they embark on this transformation that you spoke about. And it's also, by the way, the foundation for VMware's own transformation to become a SaaS and a cloud company. And so we are seeing uses like disaster recovery, obviously, data center expansion, working remotely, et cetera, et cetera. Customers are embracing VMware Cloud on AWS, which in turn is, like you mentioned, helping them reduce costs and running on top of the elastic bare metal platforms that you provide. And there is also a real opportunity ahead on VMware Cloud on AWS as a platform for modernizing some of these applications that are running there now. And so the possibilities are endless there. As you take the helm of AWS, what are some of your top priorities for AWS to continue the incredible growth you guys have had? And what are you most excited for our partnership in the next few years?
Well, I think we're always just focused on where do customers need us to go next, and how do we just continue to serve them, and in some cases respond to what they're banging on our door telling us they need, and in other cases to try and anticipate and figure out where they're going to need us to be in a couple of years. So I think that we're always going to try and maintain that customer obsession first and foremost. I'd say next, we want to be innovators. We want to help lead the way. And we love being builders. We try and hire builders, and we're going to try to very hard to continue the pace and the speed and the agility that we've been able to move at over the past 15, 16 years. And as a result, we've really built both the broadest and the deepest set of services for cloud in the industry, and that's what customers need from us. At the same time, in many ways, we're just getting started, and there's a lot more capabilities, some of which are at the deep fundamental level. I think still with storage and compute and databases, there's still a ton of innovation that customers need. But in addition to that, there's some really important areas that are talked a lot about now: machine learning, analytics being a couple, where I think we're just getting started, even though we're, I think, ahead of where anybody else is, and where customers really need us to move quickly, and so we'll be continuing to pour resources in areas like that. In addition, as the cloud just gets more and more broadly adopted, and we really fan out. I think that we're going to get beyond quickly users who are highly technical. And in many cases, they're going to be much more non-technical, or you might say casual users. And I think for those people, and there'll be tens if not hundreds of millions of those people, we're going to need and want to provide different ways of interfacing with AWS. So abstractions, higher level services, different ways of writing an application. And you could see in the future, really maybe creating applications, you don't even know that you're creating an application. And I think that's really important to continue to embrace the broader and broader and the really heterogeneous community of users that we're seeing more and more. And I think that trend will only continue to accelerate over the next few years. In terms of the partnership, I mean, as you know, we really focus on the long term. We focus on creating relationships with our customers and with our partners that honestly we hope are going to outlast all of us and be here many, many decades from now. And that really all does start with trust, and we built a deep and trusting relationship between VMware and AWS. I think we've got some really good, really innovative services that we've built together, but I honestly feel like we're just getting going together. I think that VMware Cloud on AWS was a great start. I think evolutions that we've just recently announced, like Outposts, VMware on the AWS Outposts, really exciting next steps in that journey together. And we'll continue to help customers along the way as they take that journey to their computing environments and their organizational change that they want to accomplish in the future. And I really look forward to doing that for customers and really look forward to doing it together.
Thank you so much for joining us, Adam. It's been great speaking with you and having you share your insights with our audience. Our companies are very well aligned to meet our customers' transformations, not only today, but well into the future. And like you, I look forward to a very continued and successful partnership for a long time to come. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Raghu. And I really hope everybody has a wonderful VMworld.